child. I grew up following my sister's example.
I hope to be just like my mother one day.
I would mimic her so well, I would eventually lose myself in the act. I became a mirror image,
so I
spoke her
tried to be
opinions,
her
shadowed her
imitation.
movements.
I
I became
became
a
a
shadow.
In Africa, we identify by our last names. I am Zariri, the one who closes. Glancing at my predecessing legacy, I close off to the idea of following their lead. Leading is for me.
In Asia, we search for eternity. A great emperor once sent men to find the pills to immortality. Strange. I associate pills with something very mortal. But when faced with my own demise, I can't avoid thinking, how will I be remembered?
My memoir.
My legacy.
And so my eulogy will read forever in our hearts, a black girl whose name doesn't matter.
Here lies an Asian chick whose face you won't remember.
Is
this the footprint I'll leave behind? Is this how I'll be memorialized? A girl who couldn't stand the light long enough for anyone to recall their existence. A shadow?
It is said that we die twice.
Once, when your body no longer breathes. Twice, when your name is no longer breathed.
That is why we archive lives into books, for those names we still speak about are the builders of our history.
But there is a whole library of names we have missed.
Valentina Tushkova.
First woman in space.
Eli Samuel Parker.
American Civil War hero.
Every
white cross with no name to label and no family to mourn.
And what of those greats that came before us? What of that man whose arms are forever outstretched for my wrongdoings, destined to be a shadow of perfection? So where does that leave me? I'm closing off to my roots when all I want is to grow branches that grasp the sky.
I have forgotten my ancestry that was a neglected page I chose to skip. My ancestors that are a Wikipedia page I tried to identify with. My legacy, that will be a hand-built house atop crumbling Baguio mountains, housing the immortal rising sun that will never fade into the horizon.
Ashes to dust.
Dust to the Sphinx.
I wish to be her. Even though she crumbles to ashes, to dust, her name lingers forever, and forever isn't foretold to end.
I want to be like the Great Wall. With every footstep, it crumbles to ashes.
To dust.
But it was built on the blood and sweat of its people. I was built on the words and stories of the Ricos.
My
name will not be forgotten.
I want to be seen.
I want to be heard.
I want to be
talked about until the last human takes their final breath.
For future civilizations to carve my name in stone and
raise a monument in my honor. Whether you believe in the Father, Allah, Buddha, or aliens,
are a descendant of an emperor, a slave, or an Irish blacksmith,
we will not stand in the dark. We will not fade into the past. In Asia, we search for eternity.
Just like the hieroglyphs preserved in history here today.
Here forever and a day.
I refuse.
I refuse.
We refuse
to be shadows.